Hey guys, it's SJ. I hope you're really good. Happy New Year. As it's January, I thought I would do a few how to start topics here on my channel because I think that we're all sort of thinking about starting things that maybe have been on our mind. And one thing that I get quite a lot of messages about is how to start a YouTube channel or how to start a mummy vlog. Obviously that's what I have, more about motherhood and parenting and all of that stuff. And I thought I would just do a real beginner's guide because when I started vlogging, obviously I'd never vlogged before. I watched a few vlogs, but I didn't have an Instagram, like I wasn't in the world at all. I couldn't edit at all. I had really no idea what I was doing, and I would have really appreciated a video like this one because I just started and thought I was like the Mitchlax and could just do amazing editing, and then realised quite quickly that was out of my reach for a little while. So yeah, it's a real beginner's guide. I'm going to cover everything from what different types of vlogs there are out there and how to do them well, how to write a kind of topic list, I guess, through to how to make this a business, how to edit and upload, how to get management and support for that, and how to deal with like starting and your friends and family and all of that, because it's like, do I need like a real big thing about me to start this? Can I just pick up my phone, go? Like, you know, is that going to be cringe? So yeah, I would try to go through everything, and you can always leave me more questions in the comments below. So the first thing is kind of different types of vlogs and what kind of vlogs you can do. So a vlog is like a video log. So basically kind of like a day in the life, or a little taking the camera along with you while you experience something. And then there's second type of main videos that you'll see on YouTube are like sit down videos, which we call like this type of one where you sit down and talk about a topic. So they're really good to experiment with both. If you're starting YouTube for sort of creating memories of you and your kids, like I did, like most of us do, all of us, who want to create these memories, and you might already be making little home movies, then day in the life videos are really easy to do. You can just use your phone, just make sure you hold it horizontally when you're filming, otherwise when you go to edit it you will just have the narrow bit in the middle and it won't work for like a screen. But most vloggers have the Canon G7 X Mark II, which is what I'm using now, and it's a really good camera because it has a flip lens, so as you're talking you can kind of see what's in frame, and it just makes it really easy. And if you're nervous about vlogging when you're out and about, don't be, like, really, who cares? It's so common now. But also you don't have to do it in public. You can just do a lot of chatting from your car, chatting about your day at home, and it doesn't have to be just big experience days out. I think that when everyone starts, kind of make the mistake of going, here's my day out at Peppa Pig World, or here's me on this holiday, or doing some sort of activity, and it really doesn't. Most of us just are really nosy, and that's what vlogs are mainly about, just seeing other mums' normal days at home, doing the laundry, doing their cleaning, picking their kids up, and you get loads of tips and help and just reassurance about, oh, her routine's like mine, and her house isn't always perfect actually, and oh, I've actually never thought of trying that type of meal. So just really easy and simple things you'll pick up and chat. And when you're doing those, I always just chat to the camera. At the beginning I used to envisage a friend, somebody that I knew, so I didn't feel so silly. So often it would be like my sister who brings out my more kind of just chatty side, or one of my friends who, Fran, funnily enough, she always brought out my really funny side. As if I was wanting it to be a bit more jokey, I think about Fran and think, oh, me and Fran would always make a joke about this as our days went along at work. So kind of just think about who you're chatting to, but soon it will become second nature to sit and chat, and you won't need kind of like to pretend there's somebody behind the camera. If we're doing a sit-down video, it's really good to have a blend of both, because the sit-down videos will come up in search. So when somebody might go online and they want to search a topic like potty training, weaning, breastfeeding, holidays with kids, whatever, they'll put that in. And if you have a sit-down video with that as the title, it might be one of the videos that Google and YouTube, which is a huge search engine, offers to them. So sit downs are actually really good to have on your channel because they'll help you be discovered by new people. So when it comes to writing your topic list, just have a think about what kind of sit down things you're really interested in. You will have a point of view on something. A lot of people are like, oh, like, what could I sit down and talk about? So I've written down some things. So it's kind of like, are you a new mum? Are you a working mum? Are you a work from home mum? Are you a mum who likes to really wing it, or are you a real planned and organised mum? Do you love like interiors? Do you love fashion? Do you love makeup? All of that stuff is so good to see on YouTube. Do you have pets? Are you a big pet lover? Are you a book lover? Like basically, what are you like, what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, and just write all that down, and that will be something that will give you kind of a lens almost to start thinking about your topic. It's like, oh, actually I'm a really sporty mum, so I could talk about how to fit in exercise around a young family. Great topic, like everyone wants to know that. And if in doubt, start with your labour story, because every single mum in the world loves listening to a labour story, don't we? And just set yourself 5 minutes, sit down, chat it through, but do plan it out. Think about what your point of view is on that, because sometimes you can tell somebody's just sat down and they're just like rambling along, or if somebody's sitting down and they've actually got their point of view and they're like, oh, actually I'm going to tell you about, like I just said, if you just sat down and was like, oh, I really love exercise, this is the type of exercise I do, this is how I go for a run, it can be a little bit rambly. But if you're like, these are 4 ways that I fit in exercise around my young family, straight away you've got like a point of view, and I'm going to stick with you and listen to your whole video. If you're like, I really love books, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll just do a book review about this, have a think about, you know, these are my top 3 funny books that I love, or my top 3 funny books for my kids. Like, have a little theme, and it helps, because then people are like, they might have 2 book reviews and it's like, oh, she's just going to tell me 3 books that she loves, but this person's going to tell me that they're 3 funny books or 3 scary books, whatever. So always think like, what would I click on and what would I be most interested in? And one piece of advice I have is to always talk about how things made you feel, or how you feel about the topic, rather than just how it is. It's easier to sit down and just talk more practically. This is what I am doing. I am going on a run. But if you sit down and talk about how you feel about why you need to run, and how the feeling of after you've been on a run is, I feel really stressed at home with the kids sometimes, and I feel like I don't get any minute to myself, and when my husband walks through the door, just being able to get outside, run around the block for 10 minutes before I have to come back in and be mum again, it clears my head and it makes me feel better. Like, straight away somebody who's watching you will be like, that's how I feel, and she just told me that, and now I really like her, because you kind of empathise with people. That's what empathy is, isn't it? So always think, how does it make me feel, not just how can I do it. When you get to editing, most people edit on iMovie, which is a free program that you will have on a Mac or on your phone or on your iPad. So just play around with it. You basically can upload your video straight from your phone or your camera onto the Mac, and then import it into iMovie as I'm doing here, and then it will be there, and you can just put it all into the bar below and play around with editing. Take your time with learning to edit. My theory was, when I started it, was to try and do one thing better each video, whether that was then adding better cuts, adding some music to it, adding a title maybe, but not try and do everything in one go, because it can be very stressful. And don't give up because you're finding the editing hard, because it's a skill, and now I'm really fast at it. But sometimes I would just get so frustrated with that at the beginning, like, I quit, I can't do the editing, it's just really pissing me off. But yeah, persevere with it, because if you love the creative side of it, that will really be a skill for you as well, that you can transfer everywhere. If you know how to edit, you'll always be valuable. And then when you start your YouTube channel, you just go on, add in your email address and your Google account, and it will add a picture of you. And a lot of people think, do I need to just use my real name, or do I just need to make up a name? Do I need to be like mum of 5 who can't drive? I don't know where that came from, but you know, something is special about them, or like a funny little word. Actually, YouTube always recommend us using your name, but for security reasons you might want to use not your full name and your surname, and or you just go by your middle name, or go by a nickname or something like that, especially if you're going to have a family channel. Or yeah, say something about you, you know, if it's, you know, the introverted mum, or the mum who loves to go on a run. Why are you going about runs? Maybe I need to start exercising. You know, like my sister, I love her Instagram is Mum in Demand, which I really like. She's a really busy working mum with the kids, and it's like how she is. She's like, I'm always in demand, I'm always on the go. So you can do that, but if you do that, make sure you always say your name at the beginning of your vlogs, because sometimes I'm watching somebody and I'm like, oh, I know she's like Brummy Mummy of 2, but do I also know she's Emma? So at the beginning it's always like, hey, I'm Emma, so people actually know your name, otherwise they will feel a bit of distance towards you. And then you can just upload it straight to YouTube, put in your title, think about searching your title and what kind of words people will be searching, and then in your description box you can describe the video a little bit, and again those words will all count towards what's being searched. So put all your kind of keywords in that you might type into Google, and then below you have tags, and in the tags that is a really important place for discovery. So what I normally do if I'm doing a topic around breastfeeding is put breastfeeding into Google, and then look at everything that comes up first and suggested words, and then I'll pop those into my tags, because I know that is what Google is kind of churning back out to people, and it's a good way of knowing what to put in your tags. Then yeah, you've uploaded it. You will start to get views and comments, and it's always really nice to reply to all of your messages. Like, you know, I get loads of messages now in the description box below, and I always like to reply and read them. Don't worry about thumbs down or thumbs up. You know, if you're in this to be liked, it's not a popularity contest. You know, you're going to find your own people, and people thumbs down for all of their own types of reasons. It might be that they just disagree and they want to do it differently, and that's what motherhood is, isn't it? But if we're not sharing our stories, then we're making it seem like there's only one way to do things, and there's not. And it is nice to start with a schedule, just to think like somebody knows and gives them a reason to come back. Like if they know every Monday you upload your meal plan, or every Friday you upload what I wore in the week, and they really like to follow your recipes or follow your fashion, then it just gives them that reason to subscribe and ask them to subscribe. Subscribers is important, but also is watch time, and that's what YouTube will be looking at. So if people are really watching your videos and there's lots of views on there, don't worry so much about the subscribers, because YouTube will push forward people who are having lots of views. So when you start off, you don't have to announce it, you don't have to tell all your friends and family, all your work colleagues, you know, you don't have to get like, you know, your husband to approve your time doing it or anything like that, because I remember Henrik was a bit like, oh my god, like you're going up to video yourself again. It's like, yes I am, because that's what I want to do. But now he's totally fine with it and gets it. Obviously you want to make sure that people know if you're videoing, if that's going to end up on YouTube, like your husband, or you have a party or something like that. But yeah, just do it. It can be your own little private thing, and then people can get to know it when they get to know it. You will find a whole new community online of people that will support you and raise you up, and you will work together on little projects. You can collaborate with people that, you know, oh, you like doing food videos, so do I, why don't we both do one and link to each other's channels? And it's a really nice way just to make friends and grow. And honestly, I speak to my YouTube friends like every single day. I speak to my real friends every single day, but they don't really ask me like, how's YouTube going or anything like that. It's just not really part of it, of our conversations as much, because they're not really in the world of it, and they don't have to be. Like I don't ask them detailed questions about their job either. But gradually everyone will just become to accept that it might seem like a weird hobby at the beginning, but then they'll be like, oh no, if you enjoy it, like don't be put off by other people not really getting why you want to do it. Just do it if you want to do it and you enjoy it. Always do what makes you happy. So once you have been vlogging for 3 months and had your channel up for 3 months, you can plug your channel into Channel Mum's website. So that means that anytime anyone is on the Channel Mum website, which is a huge online village for mums here in the UK, then they type in weaning. If you've just done a video about weaning and tagged it weaning, it will appear in that search. So it's a great way to get discovered by more viewers, but also just to become part of like the Channel Mum village and the online community there, to give advice to other people. They have a whole support group on there as well, and it's just a really lovely place to be. So my channel is on there, but they also have a few of us who are sponsored vloggers, which means we get paid by Channel Mum every single month for being part of their team, and for that money we make content for them. And then YouTube don't actually give out YouTube partners or give you much support. Somebody was asking about this, so I think literally once you have 100,000 subscribers you normally get a YouTube partner. So yeah, that's it, a bit of a whistle-stop tour guide, everything you need to know about how to start a YouTube channel or a mummy vlog. I hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up if so. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ask people to hit subscribe, because that subscription number counts, for more how-to videos this month. And I will see you all on my next video. Lots of love guys, bye bye.